you shall turn to, okay, so the objective for you lah, the answers will be in your GC soon. So it's for you to practice objective, very simple questions. Section B will be like 4 marks for each question. Very, very simple one. Like if you struggle section B, that's a sign that you are not ready to do exercise yet. Like you have not done enough of the basic revision. Like if you don't know what is T call, that's a very big problem. That means you should do your study first, like the basic stuff. Okay, so that's about section B lah, actually. 4 marks for each question, very simple and straightforward. So I don't think we want to spend time on this part. So I have like extras for you. You do it on your own, take it as like a revision, and then you try out the exercise. Okay, very, very kindergarten and basic questions. So I would like to start off with question 5. Okay, question 5. So the first part of your chapter 1, right? It's like an introduction to nervous system. Okay, introduction to nervous system, right? So the left side of your first page of your notes, there's like the introduction. So let me just quickly go through it in a very short way. So your nervous system will have basically 2 main parts to talk about. So we have your central nervous system and we have your peripheral nervous system. Okay, so central basically means very important, like the center central. So it consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay, and cranial nerve is like the helper for brain, okay, which branches out from the brain. And then spinal nerve is like the helper for spinal cord, okay, which is the branch of the spinal cord. So it's very straightforward, right? Spinal nerve comes from the spinal cord, cranial nerve comes from the brain. Okay, can? Okay, so that's called the peripheral part. Okay, can. So I think the first part, right, make sure you differentiate the hierarchy, like who's the big boss, and who's the manager, and who's the employee, and then it makes much more sense. Okay, so nervous system basically is for you to sense things and to carry out responses, right? It's like all the senses in the car. Like you want to parking, so you have your parking sensor, and then you will sense the wall, you sense the road, you sense to the next car, you sense many things, and that will tell your car and make sound, and so you can hear like beep 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 beep. That's how we sense things by car, right? So same thing, your body have senses to sense things, so then your body can carry out responses to it. That's what the chapter is about. You receive stimulation, you respond to the stimulation. So we're talking about responding now. We have 2 types of actions. Okay, we have 2 types of actions. So the first type of action is called voluntary action, and the second type is called involuntary. So by the word itself, voluntary basically means like, oh, I volunteer, teacher, I want to volunteer to become the class representative. Like volunteer lah, you choose to do lah, you want to do lah. So it's under someone's will. So basically controlled by your brain, like things that you do every single day consists a lot of voluntary action, means things that you choose to do and you know that you're doing it. Okay? Involuntary basically means not conscious, cannot control one. It takes place itself. For example, the first one is controlled by medulla oblongata. So medulla oblongata is like this part, the upper part of spinal cord. Spinal cord is like lower part. So the whole spinal cord is this. But if you zoom it bigger into the brain area, right, medulla oblongata is like above the spinal. So spinal cord is here below, right? So above, that's called medulla oblongata. Just remember the position. Okay, so these are actions that you do not have choices. Like for example, heartbeat, breathing, secretion of saliva, peristalsis, digestion, blood pressure, things that you cannot have choice to control, which is autopilot, controlled by medulla oblongata. Okay, or else you'll be very busy right? You have to take care of things that you want to do daily. Some more you have to ask your heart to keep beating every minute, and also reminding yourself to breathe every second and to digest your breakfast. Oh, very busy like that. So no lah, things that can be autopilot, we make it autopilot. Okay, that's controlled by medulla oblongata. While the other one is controlled by spinal cord, involuntary, it's called reflex. So basically reflex is to prevent injury lah. Okay, prevent serious injury. Okay, so not to say being a Superman, but not too bad lah in terms of injury. So try to reduce that. So reflex are very fast action like for example, like withdraw hand from touching hot objects, withdraw legs from stepping sharp object, and sneezing. You know, these are things that to protect you in your daily life. Okay, so that's called reflex. So if you want to conclude this, we have basically 3 types in total. Okay, voluntary you have 1 type controlled by brain, involuntary you have medulla, and reflex, which is spinal cord. Okay, so hence the pathway, it's very important to remember the steps, 7 steps, but I can say often it's 5 steps only. This one usually question won't ask you to write. So you just have to remember 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 in terms of sequence. Okay, so stimulus means things that stimulate from the surrounding, like light, sound, taste. Those are called like a stimulation from the surrounding. Okay, so factor is the receptor in your organs that helps you to detect the stimulus. It's like sensors like that lah. It's like your sense, is your sensor from the car or whatsoever. That's called receptors also. So 2 names are up to you, effector or receptor. Okay, and nerve impulse is the way your receptors communicate with your brain. Okay, to talk to your brain and tell your brain information. Okay, then your brain will decide what to do lah. Okay, and then send impulse again to your muscles or to your glands. We call that as effector, to take action. So for example, if your phone ring, right, you want to pick up, your hand pick up, right? So your hand, basically the muscle is the effector who does the action. And then finally you give response to pick up the phone or to turn it off because you're on something, you know. So these are the steps. Same goes to reflex action, but the only difference is you see here is spinal cord, here is brain. Why? Because depends who's their boss lah, right? So there's only 2 types I would say is the same thing. Okay, so that's the only difference between these 2 parts. Okay, all right, cool. Like questions, how to differentiate pupil and eye lens in diagram? Maybe later we'll go to that Wei Chen when we get to the eye part, right? These notes have print. Zhe, you mean if you have not received yet, you can write on paper first, because there is problems with delivery. They take some time to deliver. So if you want to print, will be in your normal class GC lah. If you don't want, which is only just the front part then you shall wait for the delivery. My school teachers say that the reading is involuntary action. Is reading like reading books is an involuntary action. Is that correct? But reading is things that you choose to do, or your, like, if you say it's involuntary, means like you just open up the book and then you don't know what you're reading, but you read it yourself. Like, it's just do it without your control. I don't think so, right? Unless your teacher is talking about something else. What is a stimuli? Stimuli means things that will stimulate you, or in Mandarin it's called 刺激. So for example, light is a stimuli. Light will stimulate your eyes. Aircon, temperature is a stimuli that stimulate your skin, you know. That's called stimuli. Yeah. What about the motor neuron? Is it partly forgot? The one is more detail. Motor neuron is under this, in between 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Okay, it's the neuron that sends to the effector lah. So that's a bit detailed lah. Can Zechuen, yes, you can. Rafina, answer will be in GC. I mentioned just now, right? Answers will be in GC, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Reading is probably voluntary. What if, like, I walk through a signboard and read down the words? Oh, it's like a glance lah. Okay, fine. Then that not like voluntarily you read the word. It's like you glance at it. That's like a very fast stimuli. So that can consider as involuntary. But then your brain understand the word, right? Like, oh, that's the word. I understand the meaning, right? Then that's under the voluntary part. Okay. So if medulla oblongata got damaged, I would forgot to breathe and die. If medulla oblongata is damaged, right, a lot of autopilot is not gonna happen. So yes, correct. We can die if any part of your brain is damaged. Okay. That is just curious, but we volunteer to be curious, I thought. What? Is curious, but we volunteer to be curious, I thought. Sorry, I don't get the sentence. But being curious means you want to, right? The glance thingy. Oh no lah, let's say you pass by a signboard, you see the word. That's not curious lah. That's like something passed by your eye lah, you know. So I don't think that way. I think it's more like you pass by and then you see the word and your brain process the word. Unless you just look through the picture and then no meaning, then you don't care. Okay. But don't be worried on so specific stuff. If you ask me, reading, I would say reading voluntary. That's it, full stop, right? Of course, there's a lot more detail. There's different types. You can also talk about gray area between voluntary and involuntary, right? So we are at not that level yet lah. So don't have to be worried on that part. Okay, so like since we have done that part, so we will quickly go through this part, which is question 5, page number 8 lah, if you have your material already. So I want you to quickly fill up the actions for voluntary and involuntary. So voluntary means things that you can control, and involuntary means things that you cannot control. And followed by B. Okay, very simple. You have to fill up what is P and Q in terms of the sequence. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna stick to this page for those who do not have materials. But I mean, you don't have to. A bit difficult, right? I'm sorry for that. So maybe I stick to question. It's easier for you to look at questions. Okay, A and B. Like very quickly, I give you maybe a few seconds time. Please complete that. What are instinct then? Instinct. You mean like you feel it's dangerous, like oh the instinct tell me that it's dangerous, right? Well, that is mostly voluntary stuff, because you understand it, like you choose to. So that's mostly on voluntary. Okay. What if we choose to stop breathing for a few seconds? Is that involuntary? If you stop yourself, that means you hold your breath. That's voluntary. That's voluntary. But every day continue breathing, while you're sleeping, you wake up every moment, that is involuntary. But you can choose to interfere your involuntary sometimes. You can choose to interfere, like stop it, like that. But not too long, of course, right? Okay, all good, can Okay, a few more seconds, I'm going to show you my answer. Shouldn't be a problem, these are very straightforward. Okay, a sneeze is under reflex, involuntary reflex. Like if it's really sneezing, of course you can fake it, you can but I'm saying like sometimes really when you smell something very spicy or very itchy or a lot of dust, you really cannot hold it one, you just have to right? So that's under involuntary but reflex action. Okay. Take deep breath is voluntary or involuntary. Deep breath is voluntary because you know you want to do it now. Like before you dive into the water, you force yourself to do it. Like you interfere the process. You enhanced it lah. Okay, boom. Simple question, everybody. So cycling, swimming, voluntary action. Involuntary is secretion of saliva. Secretion means like produce saliva. You can't control, like you can. I would like my mouth to fill with saliva now. Press a button. Teeth. No ma, cannot ma, right? Sneezing as well, yeah? So P and Q is affector and effector. If you're wondering, can I write impulses? I think impulses belongs to this part. Remember, I told you there is 7 steps, but often question asks 5 steps, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The impulse is in between. I don't think we need to write that for the moment. Okay? This one is choices. You can choose to write effector, or you can choose to write muscles, or you can choose to write affector, or choose to write receptors. Okay? But I have got to tell you, different school, different teacher, a bit different lah. Some teacher wants you to write affector and effector. Some teacher doesn't accept this. So it's really depending, okay? I can't tell for sure lah. But to me, they're the same thing. It's just different name. Okay? The difference between affector and effector, affector is the one that receive. Affector is the one that responds. Affector is to receive. Effector is to give effect. During exam, when we write answers, should we write affector? Yeah, like I mentioned just now, it really depends what your teacher wants, but to me, both is okay. Some teacher only allow affector and effector. So to me, it's okay lah. Everything here is okay. Yeah. So next one, shall we? Okay. So this is a person touching something hot, candle with fire. Okay, cool. I guess this is to protect yourself, something like that, right? So let's read the question. What is the action shown above? That's the first mark. Second mark. What is the importance? So remember, we have to obey the marks lah. Okay, so whatever the marks is, you have to think about it. So we have 2 points. Okay, so what action is this? Touching something hot, then your hand like, ow. So what action is this? So we have only 3 types here. Remember, we have action controlled by the brain, or we have involuntary by medulla oblongata, or we have spinal cord, which is reflex actions. So what do you think? So choose from here lah. That's how to relate from the front part. So touching something hot, then you jerk off like very hot. So that is definitely reflex action. But if you're wondering, can I write involuntary? Because reflex under involuntary, no doubt. But then, I personally think when the picture is so specific, I think we want to be specific on answer as well, which is reflex. So can involuntary be accepted? That really depends to your teacher. But if you ask me, I think the picture is accurate enough. The picture is detailed enough to tell you that this is an action where you protect yourself. Okay, so I would write reflex instead. Then the importance basically is to prevent from injury lah. You can write any form of sort of meaning lah. You don't have to copy exactly like mine, because mine I have like a longer answer for you. You can write a simple way, like maybe only the last part. As long as you have the meaning, then okay one. Okay, but not too far away lah. I mean, to not have danger. That's a bit too far away. So you want to write prevent from injuries. Okay, 2 points, 2 marks. Yeah. Voluntary. He volunteered to touch the fire. Okay, you write that in exam. Then teacher will be volunteered to deduct your marks. So there you go. My skin would inflate if I touch hot stuff. Oh, what? Hot expand, is it? My teacher said if you're not sure, you can write anything you know, but then we won't get full marks, maybe half only. But if questions want 1 mark, you only give lots of the first answer. Yeah, it's really depending on teacher. I've seen teachers that are very strict. They follow marking scheme exactly. You don't have the keyword, means you don't have. So it's really depending on your teacher lah. But if you ask me, officially PT3 lah, or like government exams, as long as you be able to explain with the correct keywords and the meaning is about that, right, then can liao, not too far away. Okay, cool. Question D. What is the person's reaction in the above diagram and why the person react this way? Okay, cool. 2 points, 2 marks. I would say question D is like a advanced version of question C. Do y'all get me? Like, it's a more detailed answering. So I know it's called reflex, but what is he doing? Like, this is the tips, everybody. The picture is the answer already. So what is this called? So there's a word. You all have your short notes with you also. You can check the word. Okay. And then why you do that? Hey, hello, hot leh. I don't want to barbecue my own hand and then eat my own hand on my finger, right? So you get it? You want to be more specific, which is, yes, I want to prevent myself from injury, but like, what kind of injury are we talking about? This is fire, so you want to prevent yourself from getting burned, right? So that's why I say question D, it's a more like detailed way of answering of question C. If you ask me where I can find, like absolutely from here. Boing. The correct word is called withdraw, withdrawing the hand. Lift also can. Passive dodging, that's too much games, Edmund. Passive dodging, seriously? So no, lift is okay, withdraw is okay. That's the action. Remove, remove can. Flinching, wow. Okay, I think can also lah. That but again guys, it's really depending to your teacher whether your teacher accept or not. Retract can. Okay, so guys, to be safe, just write withdraw. Okay, that's what your textbook says, not I say one, not teacher say one. Your textbook say one. Your textbook is always right, so we follow the word from textbook. But nonetheless, those the answer that you asked just now, okay lah, I think it's okay lah. Okay, take hand the one lah. Take hand is like using your another hand to take your hand away. Take hand. So I think no take hand lah. So like boing, the person's hand will withdraw away, prevent from burnt. So see, I'm writing a more detailed answer from question C. You get that, right? So yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh, sorry, that was a hot plate, guys. We're looking, that's hot plate. Come on, that's not a candle. It's hot. Fire. I'm sorry. Fire. Being from hot plate. Cancer. Fire. Fire. There you go. Okay, cool beans. 来，yes， 小慧是吗？欢迎名字小慧。Yes, there will be recording. Why you want to 招 already? Why you want to 招？Yeah, there will be. It will be in the GC. Don't worry. It will be in the GC. Okay. Everybody okay with donkey? You're welcome. Himself is one word or two words? Himself. What do you think, guys? I don't know, man. My England is not good. One word or two words? One. Okay, one. One. I mean, yeah, dash. I mean, together lah. What I'm trying to say is himself, one word. According to Google, it's one word. Okay, cool. Let's trust Google. Okay, like question E. State one other example of involuntary action controlled by example, guys. Example. And one spinal cord. The copy only, copy. Medulla is those things that autopilot. Like you choose heartbeat lah. You write medulla oblongata ... like that. No need sentence no need Okay, so medulla oblongata, heartbeat, breathing, stuff like that, which is an ongoing thing. Okay, and spinal cord must be reflex. Give another reflex. So like sneezing, coughing is acceptable, or you want longer answers like this, acceptable. Okay, blinking. Oh, that will be blinking eye when dust enter the eye, something like that. Flinching. So if you ask me, I prefer answer from your textbook lah. Okay. Teacher, my England is also no good. My America is okay, but it's not as good as my Mexico. Oh, Mexico. Oh, my friend, you from the Mexico. Okay. Can you speak some Mexico? See? Oh, we see. That's all I know, I think. See? Yeah, see. Okay. Oh, and tortilla, I know. I think. Okay, done. Okay, everyone answer a bit different. I just show you my choice lah. Up to you, okay? So everyone might be a little bit different. There you go. Potato. Ray 哥哥你在这里哦 Potato. ¿Cómo estás? Soy bien. Please translate. Okay, I'm moving the screen done. Okay, that's the first part, the introduction I would say of the chapter to know about like the structure of how your nervous system works. So we can get into each of the organs. Okay, we can get into each of the organs. So I think the first thing to go is the eye lah. We go to the eye. Okay, go up please. Okay, maybe you want to take a picture, take a snapshot or a screenshot. Homeostasis controlled by medulla oblongata, right? Yeah, correct. Medulla controls homeostasis. Correct. And other parts of the brain as well, actually. Okay. Tara, okay, you're done. Okay, Jun, we go to the eye, my friends. So you all want to look at the eye in your short notes as well, so we can do it side by side. Okay. Teacher's blinking eye controlled by medulla oblongata. So blinking eye, well, it depends on what type of blinking though. If I would say most of the blinking belongs to reflex, which is involuntary, which is spinal cord. Okay. So I remember someone asked the question, how to differentiate something. I forgot. Can the person type again? A lot of chat in. I cannot. I think I scroll back will be a long time. So while you type in, someone asks how to differentiate something just now. Okay. Now the labeling, no choice, my friends. You really have to spend time and look at it, and which we don't have the time today to talk about it one by one because I have a lot more organs to go for. So just maybe help yourself with the sections. I will cut into half. Remember the behind first, then only go to the front part. Okay. And function, I don't think I'm reading one by one for you. Okay. But nonetheless, if you need the detailed version of teaching for this one, right? I think I have a video in my YouTube. It's the detailed version, like starting from the labelings all to the function. you can head on to that part and check out the video on my YouTube. Yeah, that could help you on the detail part lah. Okay. Well, if you cannot feel it already, I'm trying to promote my YouTube. No lah, I don't have enough time to go detail. So I'm just saying, if you need detail, I'm not promoting at all. No, I'm just helping you out only. It's YouTube, guys. Okay. Everybody can just search my name, Yu Qin Science, and so there you go. Okay, there's several videos that you can check out also lah. How to differentiate pupil? Oh, here you are. How to differentiate pupil and eye lens in diagram question? Okay, very simple. So pupil and eye lens is it's very close, but eye lens is like the whole round oblong shape of lens. This is called the eye lens, Wei Chen. Okay, so what is pupil? Pupil basically is just an empty space. It's not something though. Pupil is not like something. It's actually empty. It's like the lubang that allows light to enter. Okay, when you look into the mirror, the dark color part will be your pupil. So from the mirror, from the surface of your eyes, you cannot see the eye lens one. You cannot differentiate, you cannot label eye lens just by looking from the front. It must be like a side view. Okay, what about aqueous humor and vitreous humor? Okay, aqueous is the front part, vitreous is the behind. So you start from A, aqueous, and V, vitreous. A first, then only V. That's how I remember the position. I know A is here, V is here. Okay, so the difference, actually not much difference. Aqueous and vitreous, right, both should to help in focus light and to sort of like maintain the shape and the pressure. So if you're wondering where it is, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Basically they're the same. They are like the jelly of your eye. So the jelly of your eye helps to maintain your shape, make it as a round shape, and then it's a transparent jelly, so it helps to focus light. Transparent stuff in your eyes, including your eye lens, helps to focus light. Okay, so the function, I think I'll leave it to you. All you need is here already, very compact. But what's up with the numbers here? So 1 to 7, right, is the light mechanism, which is to show the pathway of how light enter the eye, starting from cornea, the front part, all the way to your retina. These are the steps. So that's the 1 to 7. Okay, let's see what question have, then we'll come back and forth. So, like first one, question 6, everybody. State 4 parts of the eye that helps to focus light. Oh, function, focus light. Oh man, I don't know, but that's a lot. Like, okay, how about this, guys? I want you all to look out for the word focus light. Any word that has focus light, then I think that's the part that helps in focus light lah. Okay, maybe a few seconds for y'all to check out any parts that has this word called focus light. There will be 4 labeling. I can assure you there will be 4 parts. A few seconds while I drink some water. Okay, have you gotten already? Oh, okay, cool. I'm seeing a lot of answers here. Okay, all the transparent part, my friends. All the transparent part. So, focuses light, right? Focuses light. Focuses light. Focuses light. So that will be 1, 2, 4, and 5. Correct. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 5. Cornea, aqueous humor, eye lens, vitreous humor. Boing. There you go. Okay. Alright. Very easy one. This one is not like hot question. It's whether you study or not. The fundamentals, the basic. So to shorten your study time, that's what the short notes is for. Because you can finish reading whole chapter in just what, few pages, 4 pages, 5 pages, I forgot, in a shorter time. Okay, use lesser time in reading, spend more time in working. like doing exercises. Okay, so like next one difference between yellow spot and blind spot. Function again. Okay, I don't know, but I'm just gonna check the answer. Okay, guys, you want to check out the difference between blind spot and yellow spot? The answer is straight off from your screen. Okay, look out for that. It's very obvious already, isn't it? So blind spot is the part where there is no photoreceptor, which is the beginning of the optic nerve. This is where blind spot is. Okay, there is no photoreceptor. That means you cannot detect light. Not sensitive to light. Not sensitive to light. While yellow spot has many photoreceptors, which is the most sensitive to light. Okay, so you can choose to write the whole thing in, or you can choose to write just one part, like blind spot has no photoreceptor, while yellow spot has many photoreceptors. Like that also can. Simple answer. Can you all try? Well, I believe you all come to English class, means you're England, you're America. Very good one So simple sentence will do. Okay, it's here. Just do a comparison sentence. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of time. I'll show you mine. Can I write yellow spot is sensitive to light while blind spot isn't? Amira, I think the isn't part is not good. We want to also write it out like yellow spot is sensitive to light while blind spot is not sensitive to light, like that. We shouldn't be writing like isn't, doesn't, that kind of. Can compare sensitivity? Yes, can. You can do this also, no problem. So retina has the most photoreceptors. Actually, the whole thing is retina. Blind spot, yellow spot is is the layer of retina. It's just different part of retina. So yellow spot is the most sensitive part of retina. Blind spot is the most least or not sensitive part of the retina. They're both retina, by the way. Okay, all goody. Right, I'm just gonna show you mine. Your way of England and America might be different from mine. So don't have to erase your answer. Just do a little cross check and correction will do. Okay, I do a longer sentence. Actually, I do both. Sensitive and many photoreceptor. I do both. Okay, refer sample answer. Okay, like C. We need to draw the image. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, pencil, please, thank you. In exam, drawing, pencil, and ruler, and the ruler, I show you how, very the simple. All good, Okay, like, now, I just want to slightly extend the line to the center, because I feel like it's a bit too far away, so just get to the center. Okay, I should draw with black color so you can understand better. Okay, I just want to do the extension a little bit to the center of the lens. Okay, so from here, we will need to do a cross from here to here. No measurement, slightly, just try your best to do a cross. But the size here, try to be smaller than the original height of the candle. Okay, slightly not too much, but try to adjust with your ruler. Wait, my pen is a bit acting up. Okay, so something like that. So we do the cross, and then we need to show the image behind. Yes, we do need to draw the candle upside down. So a little one, like a small one. There you go. Terbalik upside down. Your eye lens convex lens will terbalik the image one. Okay, so please label that as image, and then arrow, arrow, arrow. Any of what I show you missing cannot no marks so make sure you draw the arrow as well. Okay, complete drawing. There you go. Zhechen, never mind you wait for a bit for delivery to take place because maybe I guess Monday, Tuesday will be arriving on that 2 days. Need to draw why will it cross? The cross is just to show you flip upside down. You flip upside down. The image will be upside down. Okay? Can. So yeah, that's a complete drawing, everybody. I haven't completed the answer for 6B. Oh, there you go. Tiva. There you go. Okay. I will go a little bit maybe a little bit faster than normal. Maybe you're not too used to the speed. Because we have to cover quite a lot. So if you're afraid that you missed out, you can quickly take a screenshot. Okay. Yeah. Can you get notes from TTC if physical class? You mean give you the physical notes during physical class, is it? Okay, the thing is this, I think delivery is on the way already. If you can get from physical class, then when you receive the delivery notes, you return to teacher or me or whoever class you attend. So you exchange a bit so we don't waste the paper away. Yeah, but which branch are you referring to attend? Yes, Zhechen, can, no problem. Uncle scam. Wait, what do you mean uncle scam? Okay, done everybody, done drawing. Okay, 3 characteristics of image. So this one, I think we have it here. Let me just have a quick check. By the way, from the picture you can differentiate already. The image is smaller and terbalik one. Quite not? Smaller, the candle is smaller, and then the candle is terbalik. So there's 2 already. We can add one more though, which is called rail. Rail basically means it forms on the retina. Actually, this one you'll learn in Form 1, the light and color chapter, isn't it? Okay, so rail, smaller and inverted. So 3 of that. But I think I use diminish, means smaller lah. Same thing lah. Okay, boom, there you go. Yes, Pranya, yes, you can. Okay, everybody, I move up. Like E, what will happen to structure F? By the way, I think I missed out in your picture, everybody. F is the lens lah, so eye lens. Okay, so what will happen to eye lens if you look at distance object and nearby object? Distance and nearby. Okay, so this has to be focusing light. Okay, this has to be focusing. Let me quickly show you. So eye lens is to focus light, right? There you go. Okay, but to focus near object or a far away object, the muscle helps to do the contraction and relaxation by changing the thickness. Okay, so what you have to remember, when you look at distance object, your eye muscle will actually make it longer in terms of the lens. So if you want to look at long distance, I would put it this way, it's easier to remember. Distance object means very far away, so I would say long distance. Your lens become thin. Long and thin. Okay. If you look at nearby object, your lens, you're looking at short object. Short, I say short means like nearby, you'll get the point, right? That means your lens become thick. So long and thin, short and thick. That's how I remember what happened to the eye lens when I look at long or further objects. Okay, so now question asking for what happened. Thin then become thick. because I follow the sequence ma. Question says distance object then nearby means the sequence is thin to thick. I like that, yeah, very simple, nothing fancy here. I just have to make sure you know that it's thicker or thinner or whatnot. Okay, now in order to look at further object, your lens become thin, right? That actually means your muscle is under a relaxed state. Looking at far things, long distance things is always better for your eyes. Like, relax. Looking at computer, looking at your phone, looking at your books, that is actually a contracted state. Means your muscle is actually working. That's why when you look at your phone for too long, look at computer for too long, or reading books for too long, you have to like relax your eyes by looking at something far away. Just let your eyes relax a bit. Okay? So there you go. Can okay, next one. Why the candle reversed but we still can see normal? Okay, good question. Why candle terbalik but we still can see? That's how your brain works. Your brain will help you to interpret what should it be, so your brain will know that the size, the dimension, the space, the distance, then your brain will kind of tell you what it is real. Like that. So all the things that we see, right, supposedly in your eye behind is terbalik and smaller one, but your brain do the interpretation. Okay, there you go. Okay, question F, everybody. State the difference of size of pupil and then explain which eye is under low light. And ooh la la, look at the marks. Okay, so we all have to learn how to obey the marks, or follow what the marks want, then therefore we can score. So 3 marks though. First goes to this one, I think. The different size. Which one big, which one small in terms of the pupil? There will be 1 mark already. Okay. Second mark. Explain which eye is under low light intensity. So low light, which one? That's your first, your second point. And then explain, that will be your third point. Okay, you understand, right? Okay, so this will be your first, and which is under low light, like A or B. Okay, and then your third one goes to explain. Okay, so when you do this answering method, you feel more confident and you are sure of what you're answering in exam. Try to cultivate this habit lah. So we follow the sequence. First thing first, differentiate the size. Okay, very simple. A, pupil, small. B, pupil, big. You see, it's simple English, no problem. Of course, you can do better lah. So you can write the pupil in situation A is smaller than situation B. Simple. That's your first mark. Everybody, can you all try the first sentence first? Let's break down the question and we answer accordingly. Teacher, I can eat, right? Nom nom. Someone wanna give me the sound. I mean, of course you can because you're at home, right? So go ahead. That's a very that's a good manner to ask. Even you can do it without letting me know. Situation A, low light. Tiva, you sure A is low light? Imagine you go into a dark room. Should your pupil become bigger or smaller? Because dark room means not enough light though. There you go. You're done with the first point, everybody. Situation A, the pupil is smaller than situation B already. Okay. Second mark, second mark here. Which one low light? Okay, we already discussed. It's B. B is under low light. Now the third point. Why? Why low light then big one? Low light lah. I have to open big to allow more light to enter. Okay, to allow more light to enter. I'm just stating the function of the pupil, guys. Let me quickly show you. There you go. Controls the quantity so you can allow more light to enter in the dark place. Okay, so boom, everybody, take a look. Again, you don't have to erase your answer. You most probably correct one. So A smaller than B, 1 mark. B is low light, 2nd mark. Because enlarged to allow more light, 3 marks. Saw that? No beating around the bush, write karangan lah, write your feeling lah, write your story lah, very scary lah, because at night lah, very dark. No, please. Straightforward, get your points and not waste time. Okay? So try to do that lah, for even your 2 marks or 3 marks or 4 marks question. Okay? Yep, correct. Allow more likes to enter. Those who type in says receive more light. Can also lah, so that the eye receive more light lah. Acceptable, but best if you can write allow more light to enter. Okay, no problem. Like a few more seconds, I'll go to G. For those who maybe like faster, like you feel like you can do faster, I don't have to wait for me also lah. You can go on with the next few questions if you got your book. I try to accommodate majority lah. We detail a bit, not too fast. Okay. So G, everybody, shall we? So explain how eye controlling its size or pupil prevent damage. Prevent damage under high light intensity. Okay, so we're focusing on high light intensity. My first question is, do your pupils smaller or bigger? Because you have to focus behind here, not the front part actually. Think about this. Under high intensity, like you go under the sun. Wow, today's sun okay, so what happened to your pupil? Smaller, right? Okay, that's already 1 mark. That's already 1 mark. 2 marks, guys. Okay, answering this is already 1 mark. Then now you have to answer why. Why close? Sunlight only ma. That's your second part. So you want to say like, the eye close prevent too much light or prevent excessive too much from entering, because it will damage your eye if it's too bright. We all know lah. We're not going to look at the sun straight and stare onto it because that's a lot of light. Okay, so let me repeat again. Your first mark goes to small or big. Second mark, because you want to prevent excessive light from entering and damage your eye. Okay, so boom, everybody. First mark goes to the size. Second mark goes to the reason. Prevent excessive amount of light entering the eye. There you go. Smaller size of pupil. Yes, correct. The pupil shrink to lower the amount. The pupil shrink to lower the amount of light entering. Wing Sun, I think you change to decrease the amount of light entering the eye. Okay. To prevent the eye from damaging by allowing excessive light. Prevent the eye from damaging by, I think missing something though. It sounds weird. Prinya. To prevent the eye from damaging by allowing. No, I think terbalik by not allowing, isn't it? Okay okay, 来 5 more seconds, I'll go to H. Can rest 5 minutes. Can you rest on your own timing lah? Like, I mean, I think I go on with the syllabus because quite a lot to cover. So you can rest on your own timing lah. Okay. You can go toilet anytime. Don't worry, go toilet on your own timing. Like it will damage, it will allow more light to enter. So I think the correct way of saying is You have to change to by preventing excessive light. You want to prevent your eye from damaging by preventing excessive light. If your answer says allowing, that's the opposite though. Yeah. Okay, so like suggest how you can protect your eye. Okay lah, these are very standard stuff. I think your textbook has it lah, but my short note does not. Yeah, because it's a very small part. I think I didn't include that. So things that your parents tells you lah, do not read in the dim light, do not watch television too near, or keep a safe distance. What else? Wear sunglasses under the sun, something like that. Don't strain your eye too much, like using your phone too close. So phone too close, that is one. You need two. Everybody, you need two answers. Don't rub your eyes. Okay, Ken, don't rub your eyes too much. Yes, that's an official answer from textbook, I think. Wear glasses when you have eye defect. Yes, Ken, many answers. Okay, all good. Up to you, yeah. So, like, I think we're pretty much done for the eye. We shall get to the ear. Okay, we shall get to the ear question. Okay, sure, you want the whole thing, yeah, like that. Okay, boom. There you go. Today, 2 hours. Yeah, all seminar classes are 2 hours lah, basically. Wait, did you have maths just now? Maths was 2 hours as well. Science 2 hours as well. Okay, cool. Let's move, yeah? Let's get to ears. Question 9, page 12, everybody. Question 9, page 12. Well, have your short notes beside so we can look up for the answers. I think since we're here, right, let's just label the names of all the 4 labelings here. Okay, so well, what do we have? P is obviously, that's the eardrum, very simple. Eardrum. Okay, Q is ossicles. R is the like a butterfly from the side view, like a butterfly to me. Like a butterfly. So this is called semi circular canal. Okay, and S looks like a snail. S looks like a snail. So the snail is cochlea. Cochlea. So let's say if you are afraid that you spell wrongly, I pronounce to myself as cochlea. Cochlea. Yeah. But the pronunciation is cochlea. Like cochlea. Okay. So yeah, there's still many of them. Like I said, these are very basic and fundamental. You really want to sit down, spend time, look at the labelings. No shortcut, my friends. You really have to memorize them. Okay, so we split them into 3 parts: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. So outer there is 2, middle there is 4, inner there is 3. You really need to spend time on this one. Okay, no choice, which we are not gonna do it here. And I remember that I have a video about the ear in details to learn about labelings and functions. So you can check that out again. Not trying to promote, guys, just to help out. So very easy, yeah. To mention, there is 2 parts that are not involved in hearing. There you go. Okay, which is eustachian tube. That's to control pressure. Like you go to somewhere that's high, or you go into deep sea, your ear has a different pressure working. Okay, and semicircular canal. That's to control your body balance lah. So yeah, that's the 2 part that is not involved. Let's see, what do we have. Oh, already, like Q already, so it's called ossicle. Boom, everybody. If there's a change in air pressure, which part of the ear will be affected? Eustachian tube or eardrums? If you are talking about affected, right, that will be your eardrums. If you are talking about which part that helps to equalize, right, there will be your eustachian tube. Okay. Because the pain comes from eardrum. When you go to somewhere that's higher, right, you feel like not good. That's the pressure pushing your eardrum. That's why you feel the pain. Okay. Functions, my friend. I have to say there is no shortcut, and I did not prepare the answer for you. You copy from here exactly. Function here. Can I leave that to you? Let's save some time, which you can copy when you get your book, or for those who already had your book. PRS. You know who are they? PRS. Copy the whole thing. Yes, correct. The whole function. Memang like that one. That's from textbook. Okay, so I'll leave that to you. Let's not waste time on that. Let's get to page 13, my friends. Like page 13. State the type of sense which helps structure R function perfectly. Structure R? Oh, semicircular canal. Control your body balance one. What sense help your balance? Sounds weird, but guys, let's list down the type of sense we have in this chapter. We have number 1, sense of sight. We have number 2, sense of taste, not in sequence one, sense of smell, sense of touch. What else? Sense of, we have only 5, eye, tongue, nose, skin, and eyes. No, already. Sense of hearing. We are at the sense of hearing, by the way. Okay, so guys, which sense helps to control body balance together with your ear? Like, how would you enhance your balancing? Which sense helps you? Like, do you use your skin to help you to balance? Do you use your okay, I feel that I'm balanced? Or do you use your hearing? Or do you use your eyes to keep you balanced? Do you all get what I'm trying to say? Okay, it's very obvious that if I say it, so I have to guide you. So, correct, it's sense of sight. What you see tells you whether you are balancing yourself or not. So you know what is horizontal line, right? So your eyes kind of tell you where you're not balanced leh. So your sense of sight work together with your semicircular canal. By the way, that's not hearing. Semicircular canal has nothing to do with hearing. Okay. So by the way, so this is more like a combination of 2 senses. Okay. So next one, what is the range of hearing by human ears? This is from Form 2 also lah, but I think we have it here. Do we? Bam, we do. Like, how many hertz to how many hertz? There you go. Check out. Okay. Okay, no problem. 20 to 20,000 hertz. Okay. June. As people get older, hearing gets weaker. I mean, yeah, we all understand that, especially talking to grandma and grandpa, right? You have to talk louder. So question is asking why lah? Why when you get older your ear cannot listen properly? Well, I think answer is from here as well. I got it already. Did you found the answer already? Hear too much. Walao, like that, like over the year, grandparents been hearing too much. Ah Gong, you hear too much lah. That's why now you cannot hear. That's a bit sad, right? A bit rude also. Okay, you all got it, Yeah. There you go, my friends. Because when you grow older, your eardrum does not vibrate as good as now. So we call it as less elastic. Hey, this one not horse question. This is really from textbook one. Okay. Other than this, no any other answer acceptable. Okay. Make sure you talk about less elastic. There you go. Okay. What's the another name for earlobe again? pinna, P-I-N-N-A, pinna, earlobe. Okay, like damaged cochlea, cause deafness, and how to overcome. By the way, cochlea is the part where we change vibration into electrical signal. So vibration comes into the center of the middle ear, bzz, 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 vibration. Then the cochlea will receive the vibration, and cochlea will change the vibration into electrical signal, which is called the nerve impulses. When the vibration arrives at the cochlea will also vibrate, but the little tiny hair in the cochlea will change into impulses. So if cochlea is not working, basically any vibration is not able to change into impulse, means not able to talk to your brain. Okay, so what to do? Okay, this is also from your textbook, I have to tell you, not something new or fancy. Can you find the answer? Yep, okay, I got it already. The only thing you can do about cochlea is to change it. Right? So it's called the cochlear implant. Cochlear implant, or just implant also can sometimes. Okay? So boom, there you go. Damaged cochlea, cochlear implant. So I follow from textbook one. So you see, straightforward no problem. There you go. You speak like robot just now. No leh, I think your computer got problem. Your speaker got problem. It doesn't comes out with tune. It is just monotone. You have to change your earphones on computer. Okay, done. Can write implant cochlea. What the implant cochlea. I think can but again it's depending to your teacher If you ask me, I think no problem Okay. Alright. Okay, that's it for ears. Go through the details, my friends. My short notes is already very convenient for you. This is the sequence of hearing where sound starting from number 1 go into number 8 I already write down the sequence for you. Nice already. So of course the foundation is you have to know your labeling. See, all these are labeling. You have to know your labeling. You cannot run away from that. Okay, so cool. Then let's get to sense of smell and sense of taste. Okay, it's a very important sense to us in everyday life because it makes our life more colorful and tasteful. Can you imagine every day you have to eat food without tasting it? That's a very sad case. Food is so good, right? So, sense of taste and sense of smell. Nothing much, honestly. Only a few things you want to know. Number 1, which is where is your receptors for your smell. That will be above your nasal cavity. Above, on top. Okay. Then these are the steps of smelling things. Very important. Must memorize that. Okay. The sequence of how chemicals get into your nose and dissolve in the mucus and then stimulate your receptors, and then the receptors will send digital impulse to your brain, then your brain will interpret the smell. Okay, all right. So honestly nothing, like half of the page, that's it. Then we go to sense of taste already. So it's a very straightforward part Let's try out some work. Sense of smell page 14 question 11, like daily life of a COVID patient. Wait, what? That you mean that's a bit sad, right? If you can't smell. Yeah, some people can't recover their smell after COVID. Different people have different side effects though. Like my friend is very sensitive to saltiness. That's a weird one. Like everything he eat is very salty. Not losing it, but enhance. Everyone is kind of different. So Okay, question 11. Sarah smells the rosé in the garden. Okay, rosé in the garden. So how to smell the rose? How to detect? Okay, see, I told you, no joke, 3 marks. You really have to write the whole thing down. Okay, but I have to change a bit. Like what? The chemical substances of the rose dissolve in the mucus and stimulate the smell receptors to produce nerve impulses. Nerve impulses are sent to the brain and interpreted to determine the type of smell, or you can change to interpret the smell of the rose. So change accordingly lah. If today is not rose, today is durian. Okay, draw a durian. Sarah is smelling the durian. How the smell of durian is same answer. Everything the same. Just change the first and the last one. Okay, can anything. No? So I think let's not waste time also to wait everybody. Literally, you copy from here when you get your book, or those who already have your book. Can this one not hot. This is not hot question. This is purely remembering the steps. This is just level 3 kind of question, which is application to apply what you've learned into a different situation. I'll leave that to you lah. Okay, boom. Question B. Yeah. Why will COVID affect our senses? Because part of it, COVID attacks your senses, your sense of your mouth, nose, your ears, all connected. So COVID attacks your lungs, attacks your taste senses and all that. So I mean that is the effect. Okay, state the location of smell receptor. On top, right? How do we describe? This is called the nasal cavity, my friends. Okay, so you can write on top of the nasal cavity. I think simple English. On top of the nasal cavity, or I've seen teacher accepting answers like rooftop of nasal cavity, rooftop, because it's really like the rooftop of nasal cavity. Or you can write the upper surface or upper region of nasal cavity. Those are official way of saying. So you cannot say up there, inside, down there, left side. No. You have to really proper say like upper surface, rooftop. Okay. I cannot inside the nose Everything is inside the nose, isn't it? Okay. Cool. Right. That's how you explain the location. Number C. The upper surface of the nasal cavity is covered with the mucus. Explain the function of the mucus. Okay, like mucus. I mean, America or England, English, same lah. Mucus. In England, English. MUCUS, America, English. Sometimes Microsoft Word just adjust it. Anyway, what's the function of the mucus? Wait, I think I'm just going to use this and reverse the answer, isn't it? The function of the mucus is to dissolve the chemical substances in the air. Okay lah, just opposite. Just do it the other way around. Okay okay lah, very simple. Like, boom. Yeah, there you go. To dissolve the chemicals. Oh, sorry, I forgot to look at the marks. It's 2 marks. So that the smell can be detected by the smell receptor. So, yeah. So 2 parts. Here, ding, 1 mark. And here, 2nd mark. Okay? We have to copy. Yeah, correct. Copy straight from the notes, the 2 steps. But you can make it into 3 sentences to write down the steps. It's always the same. Exactly. Whatever, no matter rose, durian, petai, it's the same answer. But just change the starting and the ending. Okay? Like just add on the word rose. Alrighty, let's get to question D. Okay, So Sarah's father worked in the paint factory. Okay, paint factory. He smells the pungent paint. Okay, because you work in, it's just like you work in perfume shop. The moment you enter your perfume shop, you smell perfume for the entire day and then you go home. Right? So I think those who work in perfume shop, their nose is probably not sensitive because they've been smelling something so strong all the time. So when they out of their work, right, they will be like, no smell no smell it's actually not so good, not so good for your nose in long term. So anyway, same goes to pungent paint. Pungent means very strong smell. Okay, what are the risks faced by the father after the long time? Okay, so you see, if you smell strong smell, especially like chemicals for a long time, it can actually damage your sense of smell. So what kind of answer can be accepted? You can write lose the sense of smell, or sense of smell is damaged, or as extreme as you can write, he might get nose cancer. But try to not write that one because it's really not from your syllabus also. So we would just say affect his sense of smell or lose sense of smell. Okay, right. But seems pain for him to smell paint. The moment you smell pain, your nose painful. So suggest we explain how can you protect your sense of smell. Okay, there's so many answers can be accepted as long as logical answer, such as don't smell don't smell something that is pungent avoid breathing in pungent smell for a long time. Because of 2 marks, we need explanation. Okay, because can damage. Actually, I would say the behind part is the same answer one. If you smell anything bad or smell anything that is pungent for a long time, of course damage. Okay, so make sure you suggest and you give explanation. Can like for example, wear a mask when there is haze to prevent dust from entering the nose. Explain a bit for 2 marks. So also try to cultivate this habit to know what you need to answer by highlighting it. That's what I do then I will be more sure of what I need to answer. Okay, can then my answers, my points will be on point because I realize a lot of times we all just write just write whatever you remember. You just want to pour everything from your brain onto the paper, right? That's very normal, and then end up you come back with this 0 mark, then very sad so don't do that. Okay, it's not teacher's fault, it's that you need to know what you want to answer. So that's what I usually do and tell my brain focus on question. Okay, Jun, okay, cool. I think we can move on to sense of taste, which is the brother and the sister of this one. Twins very important. 2 senses work together, isn't it? Okay, 5 seconds. You all need to screenshot or something. I'm moving to the next question. Okay, no problem. By the way, I want to ask if my mic is getting softer. Do you all feel like it's like kind of soft if you push already to a maximum? No yes oh yes, no, because I can't check my battery level. I can only know my battery level from you guys. If you feel it's very soft or like no voice, I cannot hear. So far so good Okay, let me know if my voice go down suddenly. That's a sign of no battery. Okay, cool beans. Let's move on to Makan. Okay, question 13 everybody. Page 16. Question 13. Page 16. Question 13. Okay, taste. Sense of taste work together as sense of smell. So you want to have a good food, makan nice, your nose play a very important role. So the always very famous question is having flu. Things that you makan doesn't taste good Okay, so as we know, when you have flu, basically your nose is blocked by the mucus. Okay, so when your senses are blocked by the mucus, you cannot smell, means you cannot taste at the same time. So everything goes half less tasty. Okay. What else to mention? What is tasting for you? It's called the taste bud, just in case you didn't know. And these are the steps again. Okay, these are the steps, and these are the 5 taste receptors we have, including sort of like the newly added lah, not very new but like quite new, called umami. Umami is at the center. Umami is everything that tastes like chicken soup, like salty but it's flavorful, like seafood also we call umami. Okay, it's like a burst of flavor. So it's like eating ramen. Ramen. Okay. Yes, MSG taste. Yes, MSG is to stimulate your umami. It gives you the feeling of like under the sea. Like the moment you had MSG or like ramen or things like umami, it feels very like seafood kind of taste. Very fresh taste. It's salty. It tastes good. Like it feels like there is an orchestra on your tongue. Mamacita. That's called umami lah, basically. Okay, everything else I think should be the same. No problem. Let's check. Danish and Akmal are doing an experiment related to the sense of taste. Okay, so what they do is Danish closed his eyes and pinched his nose. Okay, close eyes, pinch nose. Okay, Akmal fed him with a slice of apple, just a normal slice of apple, and slice of apple rubbed with onion. Oh la la, this is a flavored, onion flavored apple. Wait, no, is this an apple flavored onion or okay, that doesn't matter. But anyway, my friends, apple rubbed with onion. So I guess it's an onion flavored apple. Okay, so first question. Danish is asked to describe the taste that he has eaten. Do both apple taste the same? That's your first question. Okay, and explain why. Okay, honestly speaking, if you ask me, when I pinch my nose by logic, by my syllabus understanding, when I pinch my nose, things that I taste will be like no taste, no good. So it applies to even the apple that is just pure apple, and also the apple rubbed with onion. By logic, by syllabus, both of them should taste the same. Because I close my nose, no stimulation. Okay? So, but if you ask me, I think I still can taste. Hello, onion eh? How can you not taste onion, isn't it? Even with your nose pinch. But if you say like, no lah, different lah, onion sure can taste, I think it's difficult to explain for yourself. So actually don't struggle for this question. Both apple taste the same, no matter the normal apple or the apple with onion rubbed on it. They taste the same. Okay, so I would say yes, they taste the same. Why? Because my sense of smell is blocked. So I don't have my twin brother already. I cannot taste well. So sense of smell and sense of taste together. Okay, yeah, so don't struggle for this question. A bit risky if you write like, no lah, different lah, of course I can taste the onion lah. Hello, onion who cannot taste? I don't think that will give you any mark lah. Okay. What? Hence, he us. Oh, he is. I'm sorry. He is unable to taste well. I say. Okay, let's go. Next one. Akmal has flu lah. Okay. His girlfriend gave him a bowl of coke. Oh, this girlfriend cannot. This girlfriend. Flu liao, someone give him cold porridge. Okay, cannot. Tak boleh. Tak boleh pakai girlfriend. Okay. So, what should be done to the porridge? That's your question. Okay. What should be done to the porridge? That's your question. To make it more tasty, and then justify your suggestion. So 2 marks here. Okay. Okay. Think about this, my friends. When you have flu, basically flu means mucus prevent stimulation, isn't it? Because there's too much of mucus. Mucus block your nose liao. Yeah. Okay, someone you give cold porridge, kasian. What should be done to the porridge to make it more tasty? Including redoing it. Okay, redoing it. Okay, adding more salt. I kind of foresee that you guys want to say adding more salt lah. Nothing can be done, it's cold lah. Add some roasted peanut lah. Okay, we have very good chefs around here that know how to make the porridge taste nicer, but I think those are not the answers that we want lah. So cold porridge is the problem. Let's fix the cold porridge. Okay, right. So obviously we want to heat up the porridge. Correct. Some of y'all say heat up the cold porridge. We want to heat up the cold porridge. When the porridge is hot, right? When temperature is high or temperature is hot, the particles of the smell tends to vibrate more because kinetic energy. I know it sounds a bit fancy, but we are not going into that. What I'm trying to say is hot food tastes better. Do you realize that? If you have a plate of hot, warm nasi lemak in front of you now, wow, I'm already hungry by saying the word nasi lemak. Okay, compared to a cold plate of nasi lemak, it doesn't taste as good. Actually, they are the same food, what? But the problem is hot and cold. Hot gives you more aroma. Ooh la la, mamacita, right? Okay, cold doesn't give you as much aroma. So heat up the porridge, 1 mark. So what? When you heat up, what happened? Because hot food release more aroma that can stimulate sense of smell. Okay lah, this question is a bit lebe lah on the hot question side, which you kind of need to think about it. So not asking you about how to cook a new bowl of porridge. We're talking about heating up only. No salt, not gonna add salt and MSG or whatnot. Okay? Burn the porridge. Actually, have you all tried burn porridge before? Okay, it's a very China thing lah, but I'm not sure. Burn porridge is love. Just different. Yes, mucus and mucus is the same. The CUS and COUS is the same. No problem. Activate the sense of taste. Okay, Prinya, so I think the behind part you want to use this method. More aroma instead of you say like stimulate or activate the sense of taste. Just wait for some time, then become room temperature. No lah, I think cold is already room temperature though. Cold is already room temperature, not like cold, but I think it means room temperature. So we want to heat up the porridge, yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, like a while more we get to question C. Okay. Okay, Diagram 60.2 shows the part of a human tongue. Oh, that's a very clean tongue. Oh, that's a very beautiful tongue. Like, my tongue is not like that. This is a very perfect tongue. Anyway, explain how Akmal can taste the porridge. You see, this is where you need to memorize the sequence of tasting and smelling. Both are very important. Let me quickly show you again this one. So can I leave that to you again, like how you need to copy the answer for sense of smell, this one? Can you all do that for yourself? Same goes to this, but then you change the answer. The porridge dissolve in the saliva and diffuse into the taste bud through the pores and stimulate the taste receptor. Taste receptor produce nerve impulse and send to the brain. The brain interpret the taste of the porridge. Like that now. Just change the first part and change the behind. Okay, so then we save some time lah. So I'm gonna leave that to you because there's a long sentence. Okay, cool. Right, I think that's for sense of taste. Okay, maybe if you missed out anything, we shall. Okay, the labeling maybe we will quickly try out. Then you get an idea of the sweet, the salt, saltiness, the sour, the umami. Okay. That will be. Okay, I just want to quickly reverse to question 12 a bit like that. You want to try first? Let you all try. Write down the A, B, C, D, E onto the correct food. Okay, everybody try. Question C, I don't understand. Question C is copy from here. How to sense the taste of the porridge. This one I have to memorize one. It's just like how we did from this just now. Sense of smell. You have to write down the whole sequence for 3 marks. This is a very heavy question. So same goes to this. But if the question is porridge, you change to porridge. If the question is durian, you change to durian. How we tasting. If the question change to another food, you change. So change the food name. Okay. Then everything else copy the same, and then behind also change. Brain interprets the taste of the porridge. Like that. Okay, so it's the same answer, same package, but you change according to what question is asking. Okay, is everybody all right with the parts? You want to have a quick glance of the parts? Okay. Okay, so apple pie, everyone tasted apple pie. Apple pie is sweet lah, so should be E. Apple pie. Okay, what else? Fried chicken. Fried chicken is fried chicken. Salty, I guess. Fried chicken. Salty. B. But wait, we have salted fish. Tricky. Almost got me. Salted fish is definitely pure salty, so that will be B for this. Okay, cool. So fried chicken is umami. Yeah, umami. So fried chicken is very like, a lot of taste in it. So that will be donkey. Okay, dark chocolate, bitter. I don't like bitter dark chocolate. Papaya pickle sour should be C. Okay, not a problem. I think everyone can do this. Very simple. Okay, teacher, porridge is interpreted as what? No need write the taste one. You can just write the brain interpret the taste of the porridge. That's it. Don't have to interpret into like what, salty or no need lah. That one no need. Okay, cool. That's sense of taste done. I think we have skin to go on. Okay, like skin, everybody, shall we? 3 layers: epidermis, dermis, and fat layer. Okay, so epidermis is the very first layer, and then dermis is the center part, and fat is the bottom part. Okay, 5 receptors we have. The one that is closest to the surface of the skin, or I should say the one that is at the epidermis, will be pain receptor. Very, very important to feel pain first. So being human, feeling pain in your life is the most important feeling that you need to learn, because pain makes you, okay, sorry, a bit dramatic. But that's the point of having pain on the surface. That's to allow you to feel the pain so you can prevent yourself from injury. So pain has to be the closest to the surface. Okay. Number two, umami pula. Because I'm hungry, guys. Cold receptor and heat receptor is very similar at the center part here, which is called the dermis, and touch receptor as well. But sometimes touch receptor is very sometimes close to the surface also. Like it's almost like bending underneath it, like that. But I know your textbook just draw them very similarly together. But the way to differentiate it, right? Touch receptor is often very close to epidermis. Not really like that, okay? But let's just follow what your textbook gives lah. Now, how to differentiate cold and heat is the most headache part. First, cold is always round. Heat is always longer. But still very difficult. Okay. Cold could look like very messy in a round shape. Heat could look like almost a piece of leaf. Okay? That's how you can recognize if you see this picture. But your textbook is really not helping to differentiate, okay? Can I? Okay. So, what else? Okay, last will be pressure. Pressure will be at the bottom, which is the fat layer, near the fat layer. Okay, yeah. My teacher say you can terbalik it. What do you mean terbalik it? Oh, that means both acceptable lah. You can write it as terbalik is it? Oh, your teacher very good Your teacher allow a lot of things Your teacher allow to write as long as answer very similar the meaning. Oh, very good Okay, so yeah, there you go. So according to some teachers says that it's okay, make it wrong, terbalik, they are the same thing to you. Okay? Okay lah. Now, whether skin is sensitive or not sensitive, it really depends on these two things only. A lot of people laugh at people, you very fat, you sure not No, hello, fat is way below. All your receptors are above lah. Hello, science, no study science. So, now you know. Sensitivity of skin purely depends on how many receptors you have. Okay? And how thick your epidermis is. Okay? Nothing to do with fat. Okay lah. Pressure receptor is in fat lah. So yes, you might not feel as much pain and pressure if you have more fatty layer. Okay, so less sensitive parts because you have lesser receptor, and sensitive part you have more receptors. This is thinner, this is thicker. Okay, cool. Right, I think we can try out the work. Please turn with me to the skin question. Page 19, question 15. Okay, question 15, page 19, everybody. Okay, well, this is not a labeling question. Labeling question could be this one very simple one I'm gonna skip that. Okay, so we have an experiment here. We have 1 toothpick, 2 toothpick, 3 toothpick. Okay, we will use this 3 apparatus to lightly prick on the student's foot sole and also on the fingertips. So the students are blindfolded. Then we will ask, okay, how many toothpick do you feel? Then the students say 1 for P. Okay, correct lor. Then now we take Q and tutup the foot sole. Okay, how many toothpick do you feel? The students say, I think 1. Okay, and then we take the third one also tutup the bottom of the foot sole, and then how many do you feel? I think 1. Okay, GG. Okay, all of them 1. Memang is not lah. It's 1, 2, and 3. Then we do the same thing onto fingertips. blindfold also, we tutup. How many do you feel? Of course, one. No? If the person tell you more than one, then need to go and see doctor lah. Okay, number two, how many do you feel fingertips lah, my friends? It's fingertips. It's fingertips, my friends. Okay, don't struggle so much. It's obviously accurate 1, 2, 3, because your obviously fingertips is more sensitive. Okay, right. Based on the information, give one comparison regarding the sensitivity of skin at the different parts. Okay, we need to differentiate the sensitivity of skin of foot sole and fingertips. 1 mark here, you have to explain in terms of comparison. Like, fingertips is more sensitive than foot sole, or fingertips have higher sensitivity than foot sole. Don't need to talk about the number of receptor, don't need to talk about the thickness of epidermis, because it's just 1 mark, because question just want you to compare the sensitivity. Can you do the sentence by yourself now? Which one more sensitive than which one? Okay, fingertips or foot sole. Help yourself, okay? Okay, very simple sentence will do. Alright? Okay, next one. Why does pain receptor located near the surface? I told you pain receptor is the only receptor that is at the epidermis layer. Why? Because you need to feel pain first. But look at the mark, 2 marks. So, not just to feel pain first, but you have to add on another 1 mark. Why do you need to feel pain first? That's how you protect yourself. That's how you prevent injury, isn't it? Okay, so first mark goes to you want to detect pain quickly or earlier or faster. Number 2, prevent body from serious injury. Okay? So there you go. Sometimes this kind of question sounds very like a hot question. Sounds like you can answer based on your own logical answer. Actually, no. Please try to answer as close to your textbook as possible. See, the words that I use, the sentences that I form, right, are not like from my own logical, like, why have to be near to the skin? Cause human have to learn about pain first. Pain is very important for human. Because life is painful. Not that kind of answers. Try to be as close to your textbook. Okay? Blind man, how they can pay money? You see, this kind of question also sounds very fancy. Like, oh, blind man. They use touch and go. No need cash. They don't buy things. No. Not that kind of answer. From your textbook, we learn about this thing called the Braille Code, okay, which they have to go to school and learn about all the dots. So the cash or your money note actually has Braille. If you look at it, the corner, the right corner or the down corner, wherever there's corner on the money note, you can see that there's this line, and it's a little bit raised up. You can use your finger and feel it. It's not flat one, you can feel it with your fingers. So that's how they read. But how do we get marks from here? Teacher is looking for the mark from Braille, and number 2, fingertips, which is from your textbook. I can quickly show you here. Fingertips, reading Braille. Okay, so not a fancy answer. I still use answer from textbook. Okay, but I change a bit money lift also got you go to lift, the buttons got a lot of dot, those are called Braille. Pedestrian walkway also got yellow color line straight line is continue walking, dotted tiles that means to stop. That's the end of the road, right? Okay, there is 盲文 on the cash, but I can't find. Then on the corner, 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit and 20 is line. I think if I'm not mistaken, they are line, like straight line, like dashes. 1 ringgit is dotted, I think, or like a diamond shape or something like that. It's at the corner. Okay, no problem, everybody. Cool beans. Can I? Okay, cool. What is the time now? I have 5 more minutes. You know what, guys? I think I want to quickly talk about the plants, then we call it a day. Okay. So you want to take a picture before I flip, and I'll talk about the plants, and your question will be question 17. Can you change to 17? Question 17. Okay, that will be page 21. Okay, speaking about plants responses, we have tropisms. Tropisms have 4. Number 1 is photo sunlight, sensitive to sunlight, looking for sunlight, looking for gravity geo, looking for water, looking for things to climb. For non-woody plants, take more tropism. And one more extra is called the nestic movement. So nestic movement is not permanent one. All these are permanent. So nestic movement, there's only 2 we want to learn in your textbook. Number 1 is called the mimosa plant. The one that you touch, they will close the leaf. And number 2, it's called the Venus flytrap that will makan the insects. Okay, so all these are temporary only. For protection, for defense, for nutrients. Okay, so we must always emphasize the positive part or the negative part. You cannot just say phototropism. We have to say positive phototropism if we are talking about the shoots. Shoots means the leaf lah. Okay, so phototropism, positive. Yes, the leaf wants the sunlight, but not the roots. The roots doesn't not grow on towards it, but the root grows opposite direction. That's why we say negative. Okay, the functions are here lah. This one, the reading, you have to do it on your own a bit. We try out some work instead. Okay, like PQ, can you write down the name of the response? I mean the tropism. So obviously P is going down. Going down is what tropism? Q is going up. Going up is what tropism. So you write that down. Please also include the word positive. Okay? So your question is, then when we write negative? Okay, I can tell you most of the time we don't write negative one. No question will ask about negative. Usually not. So let's just focus on positive. Even if they ask negative, will be like, what is the response of the roots towards phototropism? Roots? Roots doesn't go sunlight. How to say? Then you write negative phototropism. But I can tell you, rarely you will have this question. So we always have positive. Okay? If I didn't write positive, is it correct? Okay, again, this is also very depending onto your teacher. If you ask me, wrong. Because memang is like that one. Memang is very important to tell positive or negative. But some teacher, okay. Some teacher like, okay lah, give you a chance. I know you understand. But next time, please write positive. But please write positive if you ask me. Okay? Cool beans, everybody. Next page. Like, what is the importance of P? You mean what is the importance of photogeo? I need a support. I need to grow downwards to the gravity for what? To stabilize and to grip. So basically, my friends, this is your answer. Exactly from textbook. Allow the plants, the roots of the plants to grow deep into the ground, grip and stabilize the position. I think you can copy exactly lah. So that will be your answer B lah. Okay. So I'm not waiting for everybody because you can copy exactly from your notes. Function of geo. Okay? Can I'll leave that to you, okay? Because I don't want to drag you longer lah. I know it's been a long day for you. So, we go to C, everybody. This is the plant. You touch, then shy, they will close. Why they close? Because it's a way to defend themselves. Okay? Against enemy or strong wind. But it's just an extra stuff. Okay? So question is, what type of response? Remember, this is called under what category? Under nestic movement. And what's the name? The name is called mimosa. Okay? Mimosa. Boom. There you go. Mimosa pudica or Mimosa sp also can. This plant so nice to eat. You mean so nice to eat that everybody wants to eat it and that's why they want to close? No lah, it's just a bonus method lah. I can still pick it up and destroy mimosa. Okay lor, very strong lor, clap for you lor. Against insects lah, against smaller things lah. Not like they close already, then you will be like what, a transformer you cannot destroy. Okay, last question, my friends. Now, this is a bitter gourd. Okay, bitter gourd. Why Ali put a stick near the bitter gourd? And give one example. Okay, see, the marks is 4 marks. Very, very the girly. 4 marks. Don't play. Don't simply write. Think about it first. You must have 4 points. I think this will be 1 point. And the rest here will be 3 points. Make sense? Give example other than bitter gourd. The one later. So out of these 3 points, what can we do? I think we can kind of refer from your notes. It's tendrils, right? So you want to cling onto object to obtain support. And to get something like sunlight, I think all we need is about here. Right. So don't need to struggle. It's from notes. It's not something like fancy. You just have to read through your notes. Your answer should be here. So first point, I think I want to introduce bitter gourd. It's non-woody. Because plants that relies on thick more confirm is cannot support their own self one. So I want to say that bitter gourd must have soft stem one lah. Cannot grow upwards by itself. Or you can just write non-woody. Okay. Second point, I want to copy from the notes. So I will say, well, they will grow onto the stick because I answer according to question. Why must you have stick? The stick is to support the bitter gourd. Okay, so that the tendrils can coil around and grow upwards for more light. See, 3 points. This one I create myself. This one and this one I copy from the notes. But I change a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to copy exactly mine, but you have your own way of explaining. But make sure you talk about support and you talk about sunlight. Lastly, other than bitter gourd, who else? Cucumber, morning glory. So many answers, up to you. Cucumber, morning glory. So you see, 4 points doesn't mean like karangan. Make it short and simple. Okay. Grapes. You want to write grapes? Okay lah, grapes. Can, yes. Can. Alrighty. So there you go, everybody. Okay, this page is just 2 of these, so I don't have to put so big, too small for everybody. Okay, I think we call it a night because I mean we have time and you have to go for dinner also lah. Huh? So I hope today's class helped you a little bit on chapter 1 lah. I don't want to rush to chapter 2, so we'll stop here. For next for normal class, the rest of y'all, I'll be continuing the revision. So please make sure you use the same material as well for the following classes. Okay. So I see you guys around, and I'll see you guys in my normal class for those who attend. And have a good night, everybody. Bye. See you. You are welcome.